Let me ask you, was your company, its culture, was it simply created through discovery, or was it specifically designed? Culture is a very, very important thing. It's a pretty exciting thing, yet it's often one of those things that's completely ignored as an important entity, important focus point. And this is step number 10 in creating your own exponential organization, enterprise. And I'm John Harris, and welcome to another episode of Exponential Radio. We're talking about all things culture today and how you establish a culture. So here are a couple of things that people say about culture, because it's pretty difficult in ways to tie down. So culture is what happens when the boss leaves, and that's Chip Conley. So when the boss isn't around, what do people do? Another way to look at it is it's just simply to accept that by discovery, this is basically what we do around here. This is how we do things. And that's often what happens in people. And if you ask them what the company culture is, they kind of have to think about it, because they don't really know. They haven't defined it. Another thing is it's the glue that during fast growth, it's one of the things that holds the company together, and it's one of those intangible assets. Another thing let's talk about culture is culture eats strategy for breakfast, and that comes from Peter Drucker. So it's built around transparency, accountability, execution, and trust. And if you take examples of that, let's take the Springboks and Rossi Erasmus, one of the greatest coaches. He's built a culture, a winning culture, and a culture of empowerment where players are empowered to perform at the top level in their specific roles and be able to multitask and go into different roles. Different positions. Obviously, the goal is to win a game. They're the world champions, but he has a deeper culture, and that culture is built around unifying South Africa. They represent the country, and sport unifies, and they have that as their core belief, their core culture, and that is the thing that keeps them together. That's what they all believe in. They don't believe any people are more special than others. They play as a team for that Springbok emblem, which represents the unity of the country. You can see the power of the culture that he's developed. And that's what gets him through the toughest of moments. Another one you can think about is Elon. He obviously takes people on who are prepared to work exceedingly hard and for very long hours and drive and drive and drive. He has that high work ethic. It's all part of and doing things, making the best possible products, very innovative. He's doing all these transparency, accountability, etc. But more importantly than that, he goes beyond and beyond with his culture. He is in his own mind and in the depth of their souls is trying to save humanity, giving them a second option, becoming star people. For example, it's SpaceX is to take people to other planets, to become a multi-planetary species, and that is a big driving force, and it's part of that culture. That driving force is how they glues that culture together. They are all there working in the same direction to get people from here to Mars. So they know exactly why they're there, what they're doing, and why they're doing it, and that is why they're prepared to put in the extra work and to go to that next level. So you can see the value of culture. It's critically important if you're going to be exceptional. And if you're building an exponential enterprise, you need to have that kind of background, that backdrop, that culture that's prepared to go the extra mile. And not just talk about it, really do it and do it with passion, because that's something they all believe in. So that is something that you can think about rather than just discovering, okay, this is how we do things around here. Define what's your deeper purpose, be purpose driven, and really let everybody know. They must know down to the molecular level why they're doing the job they're doing, how it fits in with the overall picture of the company's drive, and to keep that simple enough that everybody doesn't get confused by all the different steps and layers. It can be done on a single page, and that is something that you need to define, and you need to impart on all your staff and everybody who's going to be working with you, whether they are direct core team or on the peripheries as subcontractors, whatever their position and however they relate to the overall function of the company, its aims and goals. The culture is critically important. Hey, I'm John Harris, and as usual, you can get back episodes. Go to johnarthurharris.blogspot.com, and you can get a whole lot of interesting things when it comes to exponential enterprises and being an exponential entrepreneur.